As you know, the case of Dr. Abu Hassan was not one of the four that we singled out as being non-responsive to the SIU in our report. But as I familiarized myself more with the issues in Windsor, I certainly understood the reaction. At first it surprised me, but I certainly did understand. You know, one of the problems at SIU is that and what I've always had a hard time understanding is why chiefs of police develop these complicated protocols for dealing with the SIU. And really, they take a crystal clear section in the Act and suddenly becomes nuanced and ambiguous by all these internal policies. And my favorite example is, I mean, the legislation is very, in some respects, need tightening, but there's one respect that doesn't need tightening. The legislation says every time police are involved in circumstances involving serious injury or death, the SIU must be notified immediately. How clear can that be? Crystal clear language. Yet police agencies across Ontario all have set up their own little notification schemes, which causes delays. And the reason why the law is so clear, you should notify the SIU immediately, is because if there's a police shooting downtown here, Windsor, and there's a body on the street, the police don't have jurisdiction. So witnesses scatter, they talk, possibility of collusion. You want to get to the scene ASAP. And the SIU is in charge of all the forensic. The police have no business on the scene at all. And these schemes that they develop, I mean, the OPP is a perfect example where the constable has to alert his sergeant, who has to alert his staff sergeant and his patrol division person up the chain of command to the commissioner, who then will make the call. And then it goes back down. So in the best of scenarios, it takes hours. And in some cases, the SIU is never advised. So it's when I hear police chiefs say, well, we're working on sets of policies. Well, what policy do you need? Just apply the law. You know, we give first-line constables who are 20 years old, we give them guns, we give them the power to arrest, powers that no one here in this room enjoys. You know, we trust them to make very difficult calls. Now, we don't trust them to identify that if someone has been shot by one of them, they should immediately call the SIU. I mean, why go through all the chain of command? Constable should just pick up the phone and call them right away. Yet, our experience is, and continues to be, that late notification, non-notification, continues. Thus the need, I think, to provide for consequences. There should be consequence to a police agency who does not immediately notify the SIU of circumstances of serious injury or death.